After my first video of being a black woman living in Poland, I realized there were still some things I had not talked about. So today on this video, I am going to be sharing even more deeper things that affect everyday living in this country. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Hi, my name is Oshene, and I am a YouTuber currently living in Central Europe, Poland. You're welcome to another video. What I do basically on this channel, I share my life as an immigrant, and also I share insightful videos like this one about immigration and how to navigate your way through this continent. So if this feels like your vibe, like I always say, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified whenever I drop a video. And also don't forget to like my videos and share to your friends to help the community grow. So yeah, let's get right into the video. Number one on the list today is health care. Healthcare in Poland for Black women is a big challenge, and I don't just mean the language barrier. I mean health issues that the doctors here do not normally get to see or get to treat. For example, fibroids. Now, I know fibroids is not like ethnic specific, but it is like 2 to 3 times higher for Black women than it is for the white women. So basically, Black women are more likely to suffer from fibroids. And the problem is most gynecologists here in this region do not really know how aggressive that ailment can be for us Black women. So most times when you go to the hospital and you go to see a gynecologist, they keep tossing you around. They might just tell you, okay, see an oncologist after, and then you come back. Like it happened to me one time that I had a scare. I went to the hospital and I went to see a doctor. First of all, you have to like book series of appointments, and then seeing specialists like that takes a bit of time. I don't know why, but it's just like that. And then from a gynecologist, I was asked to see an oncologist, and I was just surprised, like, what is going on? And then after the oncologist visits, they carried out a test, and it came out inconclusive. And I was like explaining, and I was like saying, I do not feel good, And they said that the results came out inconclusive, and that they don't think anything is wrong with me. So I had to like leave the hospital, and I went to another hospital. So you see, they keep brushing these things off because they really do not understand what it means. But if we were back home, of course, these are like regular things that the doctors see, they learn about, and they know. So it is easier to quickly detect whatever you have back home than on this region. And also we have sickle cell. Sickle cell syndrome is like is rare in Poland. I don't think they really have it here. It's very, very rare. And there were some times that like I heard one time that you cannot actually do like a genotype testing in Poland, but I don't know if you can do it now. But I heard that you cannot do genotype testing in Poland because they really do not know these things. And I remember that I asked someone what her genotype was, a Polish person, and she was looking at me like, what is that? It's like, you don't know your genotype. So yeah, these things are not common in this region, and maybe some people might have it, but I don't know, they're not common. So when you have such ailments and you go to the doctors, they don't really understand it. So what they do, they keep pushing you either from one specialist to another specialist, or they refer you to larger hospitals. So like they don't understand how the woman system works as a Black person. So yeah, those are like part of the struggles we get to see here every day living in this country. And another one, malaria. If maybe you're coming into the country for the first time, being a Black woman or a Black man, you're coming to the country for the first time, there's a possibility that you might fall sick, because back in Africa, we have everybody, like malaria is like a common thing that people have, especially from my country. So when imagine having malaria in this country and you start running fever, they will be so confused because you don't really know what is wrong with you. You might even go to a doctor and the doctor is telling you, okay, you need to rest, you need to do this, you need to do that. But that is not what you want. That is not the treatment you want. So yeah, these things are a bit confusing here. So please, if you're coming into the country and you know you have like an ailment that you're battling that is not common in this region, if you can come with drugs that helps you, please do that. And find a specialist, try and find a specialist or a doctor, a good doctor, ahead, like on time, immediately land into the country. Even if it's not in your city, even if you have to travel, try and find one that would attend to you very well. I don't know if that makes sense. Also, do not forget the vitamin D deficiency. First of all, being in Africa, you get to see sunlight, you get to experience it, you get to feel it on your skin, So we really do not have these type of deficiencies a lot in Africa because we are exposed to sunlight every day of our lives. And now coming to this region where you only get to see sunlight like a few times, like 2 or 3 months, and even the sun is not as intense as it is back home on our skin. So we get to experience vitamin D deficiency a lot. And right now we are in September, and winter is coming. So vitamin D deficiency is automatically guaranteed for Black people living in this region, and which would affect your mood, your energy, and your bones. It practically affects everything in your system. So what I would advise is try and get these medicines like on time, these medications like on time. Get them vitamin D. You can even go to the hospital to like run a test on your blood to like check the particular vitamins you're missing, because moving your whole life from what you were used to, what you were born into, to a different continent, it takes a whole toll on your body system, especially if you are not built for this region. Do you understand? Now let's talk beauty. I know that the last video I made, I talked about hair care. So today I'm going to talk about beauty. Now you need to understand something, that Poland is a very Eurocentric country. I don't know if you understand what that means. And as a Black woman, it may really, really, really affect your self-esteem. So what that means is you do not get to walk into a beauty shop and expect to see the type that matches your melanin. Do you understand? Like, you can't just walk into Rossmann and just expect to say, okay, the first shelf I'm seeing, I'm picking a body lotion for myself, I'm picking my shade, perfect shade of foundation. You do not get to see that. So most of the things you see are white, like for the white people, except you go to shops like Sephora where they have like different shades, and you could, if you're lucky, you could get your shades, but it is not as common like that because there are not much Black people in this region. So most times what we do, we either like go to Sephora, which is quite expensive, or we order online if you know what your shade is for your makeup or the kind of cream that best suits your body. Now winter is coming, so our skin reacts differently to the weather and everything, so you have to like moisturize a lot. So what I would advise is, if you're coming to this country for the first time, or you're new, or you're planning to, try and speak with other like people that are already in the system and ask how they go through winter. Like, you need a lot of body oils, you need good body lotion to like keep your skin moisturized. If not, you'll be so pale, like you'll be walking around ashy, and you would not want that. And most times you don't get those kind of like body oils from the regular shops. You either have to buy online, and also you can join communities and ask questions, and people would definitely put you through. I had such struggle too when I came with my first winter last year. It was a struggle for me, but I had to like speak to a lot of people, and I got like good body oils and good body lotions, even shower gels that are good, that really helped me survive winter. So yeah, those are like part of the struggles that we get to see here. Now, making friends here in this country is really not easy. To be honest, I can't lie about that. The Poles are very polite people, but building deep connections with them can be very difficult because majority of them do not really understand English, and you, on the other hand, do not understand Polish. So how do you expect them to like talk to you when they see you? Do you understand? So my advice, if you are planning to come to Poland, or you're already in Poland and you're just trying to like survive and navigate life on your own, please try and take the Polish classes serious. Learn basic phrases like how are you, good morning, where are you going, or I want to, do you have, basic survival polish skills. Like you need to learn. So that when you see someone and the person smiles at you, you should be able to respond. And trust me when I say the Poles are very polite and they are very nice and they are ready to connect, but they don't know how to communicate with you. So if you want to like build deep connections with these people, you have to try and learn their language, because trust me, it is very, very, very important. At least have a Polish friend to help you go through this country. Do you understand? And coming back to the African community, this is a struggle. I don't think people talk about it that much. Now, coming into this country, I start hearing things like do not get close to this particular set of people, do not get to this part, do not get too close to this particular set of people, you have to be on your own. You start hearing different stories about the African community, which is really not cool. And I don't know, like making friends here as blacks, it is really, really not easy. Like for example, I met someone online, and at first I felt we had like a good connection. She even came to my place. We had like a sister heart to heart talk, and I felt so really, because this person has already been living here for the past 4 years. So like she shared some ideas with me, and I was really like open. For someone that is still relatively new, even though I'm like over a year, almost 2 years in this country, and I still consider myself new. There are a lot of things I still do not know. And at the end of the day, she just switched up on me and make me feel like she just got close to like gather information from me, which is really not cool. So here, being in this country, you have to be really, really careful about how you open up to people, especially the black people, how you smile, how you laugh, so that, and then you start hearing things about yourself. Like making friends in this country, especially as black women, it is messy amongst ourselves, and I really do not know why. To be honest, I really do not know why. So if you get to find someone that rocks with you the same way, you're very lucky. And I know we really cannot like go through life alone, so it is very important we get to find our person, and I hope we really get to do that, because it is really a struggle here in this country. But yeah, you can also get good people. You have to join communities on Facebook, online, expat communities. You get to meet other people from other continents, like fellow immigrants like yourself that are not really blacks. Try and like mingle, try and go out. You get to meet people, and also do not forget to learn Polish, so you get to like communicate and mingle with the Polish people here also. Okay, regardless of how it feels or regardless of what is going on, please do not isolate yourself. I know building good friendships takes time, but trust me, they do happen, and eventually you will get to find your person. Okay, even after living in this country for over a year, I still get surprised by some cultural shocks. For instance, how do you meet me for the first time? Like you're just seeing me, and few seconds later you're asking, "Where are you from?" Okay, cool. That's okay. And then they go, "Where do you work? Are you married? How old are you? How many kids do you have? How much do you earn?" And I'm like, just like that. Like I used to think that we have to have a certain kind of relationship, a certain kind of friendship, a certain kind of rapport to be able to like give out such information. But here the Polish people are so direct. Like they ask you these things unprovoked. And best believe as they're asking you, they're telling you their own. So they don't see these things to be anything. Do you understand? Like they just see it as a normal conversation. But me on the other hand, I see it as a surprise. Like we don't do that where I'm coming from. In fact, when it comes to money, we do not disclose how much we earn. That is like a big secret to us. Do you understand? And age too is still a big one. We do not just tell people our age. Do you understand? But here it's different. And most times when people ask you such questions, they come off as rude, especially when you are just seeing it for the first time. You might feel some type of way that why, like you might feel so uncomfortable. It's normal because you're not used to it. So yeah, that is one thing that I know. I still get shocked about. I still get shocked about it, but it's okay. We're getting used to it. So if you're planning to come to this country, and or maybe you're here, you're still relatively new, you need to be prepared for this kind of situations. And also paperwork. When it comes to immigration in this country, trust me, it is a whole lot of work. You get to download a lot of apps. You get to like open a lot of accounts relating to your life. here you get to fill a lot of forms, you get to go to different offices, you get to experience a lot of things. I tell you an example. So I went to get my insurance, yeah, and I went to the zoo's office. The zoo's is like the medical insurance, yeah, one of them that we have here. Popular one is that we have here in Poland. I went to like print out my medical insurance like certificates, like the documents which I can like take to the hospital, or and also like feel like, when you're doing your temporary residence card, you have to like provide the documents for your medical insurance. So I went to the office to like print it out, and the queue there was massive. I got there. First of all, you get confused because the way the whole settings is quite different from where I'm coming from. You have to like, there's a section where you have to print out a number. You don't go and start asking who is the last person on the line. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to like print your number. So it automatically gives you a number and you start seeing everything on the screen. So everything is digitalized basically. And so I got there, and after waiting for like almost an hour, I got to my turn because for some reasons the whole place was so filled up that day. And then it got to my turn, and I asked the lady, "Do you speak English?" And she said a little, that she's not really that fluent in English. And I said, "Okay." So I had to type that I want to print out my health insurance document. And she was looking at me. At first, she looked at me, and then secondly, and then the next day, she just flared up, and she was like, "I don't understand what you're saying. You need to bring someone that speaks Polish to talk to me, or I would just call the next person." I was shocked. I was just there. I was like, and I typed it again. My health insurance. I need a document. Just print it out for me. And she was just looking at me. So I felt bad. I felt some type of way. And I was like, God, what do I say? What do I say? So I told her, I said, Zeus, I'm here to print my Zeus document. Do you understand? And then something just clicked in my head that, okay, why don't I just change this health to medical? And then I changed it and I said, I'm here to print my medical insurance. And she said, okay, I'll print your document for you right now. Just give me a few seconds. I don't know if you understand what just happened. Like, I am still surprised by a lot of things. Health and medical, I don't know what the difference is, but I was so glad that I was smart enough to like quickly change it. And then I got my medical my medical insurance document. I got it printed out in seconds. It didn't even take time. So yeah, those are some of the things that still shocks me till today. How, okay, I get it. This is not like a an English speaking country. Yeah, so it's different. So if you're going to the pharmacy and you say, I want to get drugs, they would look at you some type of way, and probably, I don't know what they might think. But if you walk into a pharmacy and say, I want to get medication, this kind of medication, or I'm having headache, I want to get medication for headache, I want to get medication for cough, they would attend to you. But if you say, I want to get drugs for cough, they're shocked. Like, they don't know what is going on. So yeah, those are like it's a lot actually. It's really, really, really a lot. And I'm very sure a lot of people have different experiences when it comes to stuff like that. So you need to prepare mentally if you're coming to Poland. Okay? So regardless of how the Polish people approach you, they can be direct. Like, they are really, really direct people. So try and not see that directness to be rude. Just take it with honesty, because it's coming from a place of honesty, not like any malicious way. They just want to know, because obviously they're just seeing you for the first time. Do you get? So they want to like understand where you're coming from, who you really are. Do you understand? And oh, winter is coming, so please try and stay warm. Ask people. Like, it was really a struggle for me last year, like trying to learn how to layer, properly for winter. Like, it was crazy for me. So please try and talk to people, try and like join communities, ask questions. If you have any questions relating to how to lay up for winter, if you're new here or you're coming to the country, or you're planning to come to the country, you can always send me a message on Instagram. I would help you out and I will tell you how to get clothes, where to get clothes. You can actually get thermal wears from Action. You can get thermal wears from most of the shops. Like, the shops you can even order online, Amazon, Allegro. You can order online, and you can order from designer shops. You can order from H&M, Zara, Reserve, depending on how much you have. Do you understand? So try and please layer up properly, because cold is really not good for our melanin. It's not good for our skin, so you really need to cover up properly and stay warm. Okay. The combination of healthcare struggles, hair care, beauty standards, and loneliness can really take a toll on your mental health. And trust me when I say isolation is real, like it is a big thing here, especially when you are in a system where you do not understand the language. You would question everything you do, everything that happens around you, you question it, and you would even question if you actually do belong here, especially at work. Imagine being at work where everybody talks to themselves, everybody laughs with themselves, and you are just there. You do not get to talk to anybody from the beginning to the end of the day. The only time you get to talk is probably when you're having a conversation with your manager who happens to speak a little bit of English, or maybe your supervisor, maybe the HR, or anybody. But apart from that, you're on your own. So it is really a crazy experience, and I don't think it is nice for anybody to experience that. So that's why I keep saying, please take your Polish classes seriously. Learn basic things so that when you're at work, you walk in, you can easily just say Dzień dobry, can easily just say cześć, just stuff like that. Like just greet them and just say, how are you? I am fine. How was your weekend? Stuff like that. That way you even get to open your mouth at all. You get. So you can also find English speaking communities, and if you think that you need therapy, please find an English speaking therapist. Speak to someone. Do not isolate yourself and do not feel like, okay, I don't want to get close to this particular kind of community. I do not want people to start knowing stuff about me. You cannot immigrate alone. Like you cannot integrate into the system alone. You have to mingle somehow. You have to make friends somehow. Please speak to someone. Do not be alone, please. So yeah, that's part 2 of my struggles living in this country as a Black woman. It is not always easy, trust me, but sharing this kind of information is important because the more we talk about it, it helps people who are planning to move into this country, it helps them to know more and prepare their mind for what to expect when coming to this region. So if you find this video helpful, do not forget to like, do not forget to share, do not forget to subscribe to this channel to get more information. And also, if you have more questions, please leave them in the comment section and I will do well to answer every single one of them like I always do. Thank you so much for the love on all my videos, and please do not forget to always watch my ads. Now, we do not get paid by how many views we get on our videos. We get paid by how people watch our ads. So please try and watch the ads. Please, I know it can be uncomfortable, having to wait for some things to play, especially when you're not interested in whatever has been displayed on your screen. But if you want to support this creator, you have to give yourself like few seconds, just watch the ads. It just helps the community grow and it helps the algorithm to push my video further. So yeah, thank you so much, and I would see you guys in my next video. Bye.